going on, YouTube? We are back here in the garage. I've got Shane at my house.
Hi, guys.
We are doing some CRX stuff. One of the things that we really want to cover today is what I mentioned earlier in the channel. We wanted to do the 14-volt conversion for the fuel pump. Hence this Burton Racing kit right over here that Shane is so gloriously pointing at. And if you know the channel, then you know that we did the conversion onto the Integra a couple years ago. That was just using an AutoZone off-the-shelf relay. After that, we went to an ARC panel and used an individual relay off of that. So we also have 14 volts on the Integra. But the good thing about this, the Burton Racing kit, is that you don't need to have any aftermarket components in the sense of switch panels, relays, or anything. This is basically just a direct bolt-on, clip-on type thing for your Honda or Acura chassis. It's a really good kit. We are going to be modding it a little bit in the sense that we're not going to be using the OEM main relay for this setup. We have our fuel pump right there, the fuel cell, and the mount for the fuel cell as well. We've been looking for that for like 5 minutes.
It was over there, and now it was over there.
The Integra Trax tools. So yeah, we're going to be using that conversion so we can run the pump to our from our fuel cell. At the time being, I just have my battery getting charged right now. We're going to put some oil in it. We have to put our oil filter on it. I have the brake booster off at the moment because we were painting that, make it look a little nicer. We also did the cable to hydro conversion on our clutch assembly. I'm not going too much into detail, but there's a couple of videos online that you can refer back to that if you're having a CRX or EF chassis and you want to learn how to do that.
I think Young Static has a video on the cable to hydro thing.
Young Static has a really good DIY series on that. And he actually shows you how to make the bracket and make everything work also. So make sure to check that out. As for the shifter, you guys saw in the other videos that everything's in place right there. While we work on the fuel system and everything, we might try priming the car. Maybe with a little brake cleaner, see if it fires over. What do you think?
No, we're going to do it the right way.
We're going to do it the right way.
The fuel system.
Fine, whatever. But yeah, we have that all charging up right now. I got to put oil in the car, in the transmission and in the engine, and start filling up all that stuff. I have the passenger side axle on. I got to put the driver side axle on. I still don't have a fitting for the caliper, so I'm waiting to do that on another moment. But I also have to fill up the rear diff with the fluid. So Honda specifies for the Element or CRV rear diff to use this dual pump fluid. This is what I'll be using for the time being, although we end up planning to pin the diff in the future. But for the time being, we're just going to use this so the clutches within the differential is happy, or are happy. And yeah, we're going to get to work and update you guys in a little bit. Hey, eBay free shipping.
I'm bleeding.
For the... You good?
The CRX is cutting me up.
Oh, okay.
She don't like me.
I literally ordered these like 15 hours ago from eBay. $300 shipped to my door.
He walked up and dropped him, and he's walked away.
I thought he had a box or something.
You didn't hear him like slam the tires down?
No.
Like, just dropped him.
No.
Like he hates his job or something apparently.
Damn, look at them fresh rubbers.
205 50s?
205 50 15s. All around. What's up? Don't tag me. I just hit my head twice on this fender. So we've got the oil filter on. We also have the oil drain plug on.
You know what I want to point out?
What are you gonna point out?
You're not wearing chunkless, and I am.
Oh crap. You're completely right. I'm sorry, YouTube. I failed all of you. I failed you too, Shane. I'm sorry.
I came prepared for SP tuning.
Right? Well, I got him over here. Yeah, in spirit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we got pour bay over here. We got some break-in 1030, non-synthetic, just conventional, so we can wash everything out.
Walmart brand.
$12 oil.
Let her rip, tater chip.
For everybody who doesn't know, when you're doing a break-in, you normally run the oil, depending on how you like it, for a couple heat cycles or a couple 100 miles, up to your preference. I just go for the cheapest thing since we're not going to use it long enough for it to matter. We're not going to beat on the car with this. We're not going to let anything go crazy. Yeah, Shane over here. Doing that pour. Woo!
YouTube doesn't know about Port Bay.
You go to school for this or something?
Yeah, I did.
Damn.
I graduated from Port Bay University.
Insane.
PBU.
All right, so we have the rear diff with a little hose going into it, coming through the floorboard, coming out to this funnel. Takes about 1.2 quarts if I'm not mistaken, or until the side starts spitting it out. That's when it's at the perfect level. So I got 1 quart in. I'm about to put in another like half a quart, and we should be done right there.
So that it's there.
All right, so skip forward a little bit. We have the kit already wired in. We have the relay getting its main source from the fuse box, just like Burton Racing has their video on, which they have a very in-depth video. It's turning. Well, the pump's working perfectly right there.
Yep.
So they have a full in-depth video, as I was saying. We were just kind of putting it up all rough right now, since we're not getting the stock signal that normally people would get with this kit. We're doing it off of an ignition source since our well, we're doing it a different way.
Yeah.
But if you do it with the way that the kit supplies, and you can basically plug and play your whole system. Right now we're just mocking it up, and we have this bulkhead connector that comes with your kit. We're going to be drilling through the plate. Then we got to just hook this up to the fuel cell, add the gas that we have over there, make a return hose and line and everything, and she should be good to start, right?
Yeah, I mean, theoretically speaking, we should have fuel. I mean, we have fuel, so all we have to do is put that in. We're gonna pull the plugs. Are there plugs in it?
I put the plugs in, yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna pull the plugs, turn it over, get oil pressure. Theoretically speaking, as long as it has spark, we have fuel, it should start. And we'll spin all 3 wheels.
Open diff in the rear for now. The front's got the phantom grip, but I have the open diff OEM differential at the moment. But we'll be testing it out first with this. We want to see like the different methods of differentials that we could use. And yeah, we're almost ready to start. Even though this is a mess, the garage is a mess, but we're going to be cleaning everything up. We just really want it to start today. All right, so we ended up running the bulkhead under the body and then through the chassis underneath the plate instead of doing it up here. Just makes it a lot easier to put in. As for the plate, we have it loosely placed on there as well as the cell, just in case there's any reason that we need to remove it after we get the initial startup. Then we'll be able to hard bolt it on. We have the fuel. Obviously, the fuel system for the feed is, as you guys have seen before. For the time being, just to get it started and do the first idle, we have the return line just as a long hose going back to the top. We're going to make something nice for it afterwards, but just for the time being, we're going to do that. Now we're going to put the gas that we got at the gas station in and see if it actually starts. Go ahead and prime it. Ooh, it's going. Keep on going. Look at all that pressure. All right, it's at 40 and it released. It's time. We chased out a few fuel leaks. We were able to fix said fuel leaks, bolted on the header. Some ugly bolts for now. Kind of nervous.
Why?
I don't know.
Just do it.
Can you handle the throttle? Because there's a cable in it.
Oh, yeah. 5 PSI. Go ahead.
Oh, let's pull the plugs out and prime the engine first.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. All right, so much for that. It's time.
Psych!
Okay. So we're going to pull the plugs out and let the motor prime without any fuel or spark at the first get-go, so it can have no load on the bearings and spin freely. And yeah, get ready with oil pressure. It is right in here.
And it's properly working?
It should be properly working. It's mechanical.
I need a spark plug socket.
Right over here.
And one of them extensions.
Yeah. Ignoring the ridiculous mess that I have in the car right now, within the relay kit that Burton Racing supplies, it actually has an inline fuse, so you know it protects the system. In this case, we're just going to pull the fuse and stop any fuel from delivering. While the plugs are already out, the coils are off. Now the motor should freely spin just using the power of the starter, get a lot of crankcase pressure, or actually not crankcase pressure, oil pressure, without putting an extensive load on the bearing, which still has never seen a running motor. So this can have a nice clean bearing to start up and as fresh as possible.
We got oil pressure, baby. We live. You can hear it when it got oil pressure. It it picked up in speed.
Yeah, it's the rolling resistance. It came that much lower when it actually got oil pressure.
Yeah.
So now that we can see that it's building quite a bit of oil pressure, we have it primed quite a bit. It took us what, like 30 seconds for it to start priming and priming?
Yeah, something like that.
So we're gonna put the plugs back in, put the fuse back in for the fuel, and we're gonna get it to start.
When you do that, if you're building a motor or putting together a fresh motor, make sure you have a battery charger on your battery, because a good battery helps build oil pressure quickly because it can spin it over faster.
Oh yeah. All right, we worked out a few kinks. This should be the first startup correctly by itself. I am so happy with this car. Huge shout out to Shane for helping me out today. You gave me the motivation to push forward and finish this today. Honestly, I probably wasn't going to today. I was going to wait until next week or something. But shout out Shane. Big thank you to Carlos Tuning, Burton Racing, Sellers Performance, the rear trailing arm assembly. Thank you so much to S1 Built. You know, I'm rocking your sticker back here. VMS, Delta Cams. Appreciate you guys contributing to the build. Super happy with how it's coming out. Obviously, the car is not completely finished, but there's still some things we want to work with. But the fact that, like, it actually turns on is amazing.
It runs and drives and... You
give it throttle, and the Hasport mounts that we have, it doesn't even shake in the car, but it doesn't move the engine. Huge shout out to Hasport mounts. It fits perfectly on here. The idle sounds insane. Like, I freaking love the idle with these Delta cams. Delta 262.
Delta 242s.
242s.
Baby Deltas.
Stock cams. We don't got no cams on this thing.
They just say Delta.
What's up, Ron? Catch this gap. So, if I'm missing anybody, I'm sorry. I'm just kind of caught up in my emotions right now. We are going to Alfonso's job right now. I'm dropping off the tires that just came in. I'm going to give him the wheels as well. He's going to get started on be able to mount them for me. And, yeah. Oh, we did a little Send the Papi sticker on the V-Stack. Let me show you. You probably caught it on the last startup. This is so cool. It's like the air is spinning in and it's sending itself. Obviously,
I hope there's not enough induction, like,
to pull the sticker.
Pull the sticker off.
Listen,
that did withstand
the airplanes, dude. We put Send the Papi stickers and SP Tuning stickers, which are both on the website, by the way, the sptuning.com. We put them on the airplane when we went to Colorado, and they stayed when we got off.
Yep.
So
they've been to like 600 mile an hour or whatever a plane does.
Exactly, and we're definitely not going that fast in this. For the future, we still need to do the intake piping. This is just a little air duct that we were using at the time being. We also need to figure out something with the exhaust. As you can see, it's open header just right there. Also have to put the end links on for the traction bar. All these things I'm going to be doing in the next couple days. Stuff. We have to do the nitro stuff. I think we're going to wire in all the nitro solenoids and mount everything once we're at Carlos Tuning shop, because we'll do it all nice with him. He wants to run it a certain way into the ECU, this, that, and another. I still got to clean out the inside.
Yeah.
It's like trash.
Everything is just sitting there so that we could try to fire it.
Right. So. Make a good fuel return. But all that stuff is little stuff compared to the big thing that it actually runs right now. I'm so freaking happy. Ay, ay, ay. We at Chevy. What's good, bro? Why aren't you smiling?
He got me sick.
He got you sick? Mm-hmm. I'm sorry to hear that, bud. Alfonso and Lewis rolling in my tires. We got my mechanic over here doing my tires. What's up, Alfonso? Look at that. Getting some fresh meaties on here. Beautiful. Beefcake things. It sits perfectly on the 8-inch wheel. You can like kind of see the lip right there of the tire, since it's an 8-inch wheel and like a 7-inch tire or whatever 205 is, but I think perfect. Whew.
Every time you put a new tire, change them off.
Oh yeah?
Yep.
You treat me right, don't you? This boy.
Best customers always just share.
This boy always treated me right. Need some big tires like this for the Tundra.
Yeah.
Some beefcake things. How you do that thing? He said that flat rate don't play around.
Nope. Oh.
Look at my mechanic. I think it's about to be 0-0. Okay. Okay. All right, so we got the fresh tires. Got a bunch of sun on my face. We got the fresh tires onto the wheels for the CRX. I'm gonna pressure wash them later. At the moment, I'm gonna get something to eat. I wanted to go out to eat with Alfonso or Shane, but Shane had to go back to Daytona. Alfonso had to go handle some business right now. By the way, about Shane, make sure to check the description link for his channel, because he's trying to get, I think he just hit 900, so we're trying to make him hit 1,000 in the next couple days if possible. So check out Shane's channel. It's 4Man Garage in our description. And yeah, there's this really good Thai place that I like going to, Thai by Thai, around the corner. So I'm gonna have some lunch over there, then clean the wheels and head back home. Walmart, looking for some wheel cleaner. I'm gonna spray it down real good because there's a bunch of brake cleaner or brake dust on there, and I wanna pressure wash them all nice and get them nice and clean. There's some wheel cleaner. I wanna try some other one, probably this one right here, wheel cleaner. Actually, this one right here, no scrub, all wheel cleaner, removes brake dust, grease, and road grime. I'm gonna spray this on, let it sit for a little bit, and then spray it down with pressure washer. All right, so I have all 4 wheels sprayed down with the no scrub wheel cleaner. I have the insides and the outsides of all the wheels sprayed down. It says to wait about 2 minutes before spraying it down or wiping it down or anything. Obviously, we're at the power wash place, so I'm gonna put the coins in. Wait another minute or so. Well, then I'll put the coins in after waiting. And yeah, be able to spray them down. Hopefully they come out a lot cleaner. All right, so for the faces of the wheel, they actually came out really clean. For all the grime, that one I had already washed at home. For all the grime that was behind it, the brake dust had built up, it didn't really do anything, which was kind of expected. There are a few products online that you can purchase that normally take all of that stuff off, but like for an off-the-shelf thing off of Walmart, I don't really think that it was gonna work that well. Oh well, at least the fronts are a little bit cleaner. Got a lot of the dust that was just really loose off. And at least they're with a fresh set of tires to put on the car. So super happy to put these back on the truck, take it home, and now the car will have some fresh meat to sit on. All right, y'all, it is later in the evening at the moment. The wheels are washed, dinner is ate. I'm going back home right now. The camera is dark, but that pretty much does sum up the video for tonight. Maybe I can shine some light on me right now. Okay, so kind of like a brief overview of the day. We were able to wire in the fuel pump using the Burton Racing conversion harness, the basically plug-and-play system that we modded to make it work a different way because we didn't want it working like an OEM pump activates, which there's nothing wrong with that. It's just we wanted it a certain way, and we were able to do that. So we got the fuel pump conversion going with 14 volts now constant. The fuel cell has all the hard line, the AN lines actually for the feed, and the return is just a hose at the moment until we make something more secure. The car started perfectly. It idles amazing. Fuel pressure is constant. Oil pressure is great and constant. Just some great stuff for today. Huge thank you to Shane today for coming up. Make sure to check out his channel. It's in the description below. Amazing thank you to Alfonso, always hooking me up with tire installs and whatnot. And, you know, he's always at the house as well, helping me out with the build. There's way too many people to thank right now. S1, Hasport Mounts, Carlos, Ricky. We got the team at VMS. Just a whole bunch of companies. Max Speed and Rods with the coilovers. Delta cams with the awesome cams. It sounds amazing. The idle is insane. Yonaka Motorsports with the clutch, Odyssey Fab with the rear diff bracket. We were so happy to be able to have all these companies come together and help us out in one way or another, even if it was a discount code or being able to give us a full product. It was awesome to see all of these come together and collectively in this CRX build, which isn't done, and we still have a whole bunch left to do on it. So in the next week, we are definitely going to be pumping out a lot more content. I don't know if I mentioned it earlier, but last week I didn't really do many videos. I was pretty sick, and I'm over it now. You know, I'm feeling much healthier again. Thank you everybody for reaching out and asking how I was doing, by the way. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comment section below to see what we should be doing in the next week, what you guys want to see specifically. And if you aren't already subscribed, make sure to hit that subscribe and notification bell, and we'll see you on the next video, guys. Peace.